Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the SmaulTalk podcast, where we talk about films, series, games, whatever, really. I'm TheShelfman, or Jordi, and I'm here with Saul, as usual.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a quick while. I'm Saul, games by Saul, it's all in the name. And yeah, welcome back to another episode. It's been a little while. How have you been doing?
Really been a while. I've been good, yeah. Watched any good movies lately?
I watched one good movie recently. I haven't watched too much, but one good movie that's surprisingly stuck out. What about yourself?
Yeah. I've seen a few good movies, but I gotta be honest. Since we last talked, I've seen a lot of movies that I hadn't seen before. So
Really?
yeah, the list has grown a lot. But today we have a special topic, one that we discussed. And we were both like, this is a great topic to just talk about for a whole episode.
Yeah.
We want to talk about M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, we do. For the good and the bad of M. Night.
A surprising amount of bad.
It's a very surprising amount of bad and unexpected sides of good.
Exactly. So for people that don't know, M. Night Shyamalan is the director of movies like, oh god, here I go, of Avatar The Last Airbender, the real life version.
The best one.
Sorry?
The best version. I think I just tell them like that. The best version of it.
Exactly. And Unbreakable, Split, Glass.
Those ones are good.
Yeah, okay. So movies like that. We talked about both watching at least one of his movies that we hadn't seen yet before doing this. And we both watched The Sixth Sense, and I also watched Old. Do you wanna get into that first? Old?
Yeah, let's do Old first. 'Cause that film is just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is really bad.
I hate it.
I saw the trailer and I thought this is a really cool concept. The idea of being on the beach and you age so much faster is sick. That's an awesome idea.
The beach makes you old. It makes you old.
Yeah. It's also a very M. Night Shyamalan kind of...
It's so M. Night. Like, I remember when I went to go see it in the cinema, my friend said, "Oh, it's got some good reviews. Like, it's going to be good." And I remember saying, like, no, it really will not be good. It's going to be a bad film because I'm biased and I just don't like some of his films. I saw the trailer and I thought, this looks silly. So I went to see it. The whole time I was like, this is bad. And we came out, my friend said, yeah, that was quite bad. But the reviews said it was meant to be good. I was like, why would you trust reviews? I just go into it. When a new film is out, I never look at reviews, really. I just tend to go in blind because if the film's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Someone else's opinion will be completely different to mine.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to do the same. I feel like it ruins my opinion up front when I already know what other people think of it. That's why my dad is very much like, oh, I've seen the reviews for this movie. And I'm like, don't even talk to me about it. I don't want to know.
I mean, I don't mind reading reviews, but I won't ever... I'll try to never let it make decisions for me unless it's something I'm really undecisive about. But usually when it came to Old, I was very, very sure I did not want to go see it.
And turns out your instincts were right.
Yeah, for some reason I just knew this was not a film I should go watch, and I was right.
But what do you think was wrong about that movie? What was so bad?
So there's going to be spoilers throughout, obviously, spoiler warning now. The whole way to get off the beach was given to the kid from the start, from the other kid, and it's just like, oh, before we die, I should do this last coded message he gave me and see if I could figure it out. And it's just like, it's basically just saying, to get off the beach, you want to do this and you'll be okay. And it's like, why? Like, why did they do that? And also, this one's weird. The two kids have sex on the beach. They are children. Just because their bodies are a different age, their minds are not a different... They're still children.
I mean, yes, their minds were also growing and like developing much faster, but it's still weird.
They do. The minds do develop, but we literally saw them as children a second ago, and then the next second they have like, no, I don't. That was weird. That was just
it made me uncomfortable too. Yeah.
I mean, the whole reasoning behind the beach, like, oh, it's meant to cure diseases because we just have people who have like diseases or illnesses, and we put them on it, and we just try out different things and see what happens over time. Okay, it's a cool idea, but no, the film. I just hated the end. The ending really ruined it for me, and I was like, oh, before we die, I should do this last puzzle. Oh, how to get off the beach.
It's kind of lame. Yeah, definitely.
It sucked. I hated the film. I came out hating it, and I still call it Beach to this day because I keep forgetting it's called Old, and I'm sure it's called Beach.
I like Beach. Let's just call it Beach.
Yeah, Beach, the beach film about when you get old.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you think of the film? You seem much more in high spirits talking about it than me. I get annoyed talking about it.
I definitely get that. There's a couple of movies I have that with, but I mean, I thought the acting was terrible. It bothered me. There was so much of the acting I cringed, and even I don't know if this was Alex Wolff or Nat Wolff, one of the brothers that also did the Naked Brothers band or something from years ago. I know that he's a good actor, but my god, he was also just trying to play a child, and it was bad. I cringed so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, the acting just wasn't great, and I felt like there was a lot of the storytelling was forced. Like there were certain moments that you're like, so you were stuck and you had to solve it, and you were just, okay, let's grab this thing that doesn't make sense and that, and let's combine it, and just here take another thing that doesn't make sense. And it wasn't great.
No, I mean, there's the scene as well when like the woman who needs milk she just keeps eating calcium, and then she's in the cave and she just turns into a monster. I don't understand what happened. I think her bones kept breaking and then they kept repairing, so she was just doing that, and I was just like, why? What is this?
I actually really liked that part. That was
really
the only part that I really liked, because the concept of healing so much faster was sick. That was like, okay, makes sense. Time moves differently here. But because she kept breaking everything because of her low calcium levels or whatever that exactly was, it's just that together was such a weird idea, and I loved the way that she looked. She was all messed up with her arms. Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
I know what you mean. Like, the idea of it's cool, but I was just watching it like... I mean, when you say the healing's quicker, the dude gets stabbed. I think one dude gets stabbed.
In right above his cheek somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think I remember him getting stabbed. And I don't remember that healing quickly, or I remember that being a pain for like most of the film. I can't fully... I know someone gets stabbed in like the chest. I thought like on the side, because there's the two dads. There's the woman, there's the low calcium woman's husband, and then the other husband who goes slightly deaf at the end. I'm sure the low calcium husband stabs the other husband.
Yeah.
And I don't remember much of the film, honestly. I kind of blocked it out. But I'm sure I remember like the other husband who got stabbed, like struggling with that for most of the film. And obviously he would, but if he heals quickly, surely.
I mean, I think there were some mistakes there, but also I don't remember it that well either.
I might be misremembering.
I think it's also that the older you get, the less things heal. Maybe that's the idea. I don't know exactly.
I don't think M. Night does, to be honest. I think he just
he was too busy planning the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean the actor who plays the low calcium woman's dad husband, the actor who plays him, I really really like him. I think he's a great actor.
He looked familiar. Where do I know him from?
Have you ever seen The Man in High Castle?
No, I don't think so.
Great show. He's in that. He's great in it. I don't know what else he's in. I recognize him from other bits, but I only know him from that, really. And like, he's a really good actor in that. Like, he's fantastic. And he's, from what I remember, he was okay in Beach, but you know,
he was definitely okay. It's too bad he didn't get too much to do per se. But it's also that of the main characters, that main family, that husband. I had seen one other movie of his, which was a Portuguese movie, I think. I think it's called Bad Education, the English version at least. And I just remember hating that movie. I just really disliked it. There were some topics that I just didn't like. And even though he's an okay actor, I just kept remembering that movie when seeing him in Old, and I just went, no thanks. That's no. It's a no from me. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember the ending exactly, but when the kids are escaping and they go through like a coral patch, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Does it happen like they get stuck and then it cuts away back to the hotel and you don't actually know if they escape, and it's like, oh yeah, they probably died. Wait, and then at the last second, it's like, we're back.
It's not well done. It's really bad. The cutting away like that doesn't really make sense because it takes forever before they come back. If you do it in a show, that would make sense because there's other characters you gotta get to, right?
Oh yeah, they cut away for like seconds and then they're back again. It's like there's no.
Yeah, it's poorly done. I like the reveal in the end. Hey, they're back, but also the way they did that is really stupid. One thing they did with the camera work that I thought was really bad was they wanted to show off the environment a lot, but they did that by slowly transitioning to what other people saw and just slowly transitioning to the environment and stuff, which didn't make sense. But also the worst thing they did was in the end they were like, oh, is it them, by just not showing their faces, showing the rest of their bodies but not their faces. It's like, we know it's them. Might as well show them.
It's not a mystery. We know they're not there. I do remember the police officer thing was quite cool. I remember, like, because he's in there when the kids go to the hotel at the first bit and they see a police officer and they go, oh, this is pretty, like, the boy's like, oh, this is kind of cool, you're a police officer. And then he's still there at the end, I think, and that's who they report the crime to.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, it solves the problem of, okay, how do we get law enforcement involved, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like, you remember boy, and that boy's gone missing and I'm the boy, and it's like...
I like that because it was weird, but children are weird for asking, oh, what's your name, what's your occupation? That was what he did. Yes. And so, like, when he gets back, it's like, oh, what's your name and what's your occupation? That was me. It's like, it's kind of stupid, but at the same time, okay, they're children. Children do stuff like that. So, yeah.
Just an interesting film overall.
It really is. But thankfully, there was The Sixth Sense.
Yes, The Sixth Sense.
That was crazy. Like, we were both like, okay, one of his first movies, probably as far as we know, and we were both like, it's not going to be great.
I mean, I know Sixth Sense is like a classic. Like, from a lot of people I know have watched it, and a lot of people watch it, and I'm like, it just doesn't sound like my type of film, because I thought it was more horror-esque, and I don't really like horror films. But I like thrillers, I guess, or... I can't remember the right name for it. It's like, Split is like it's a thriller, but it's got another word in front of it. It begins with P, like psychotic.
Psychological thriller.
Psychological, yes.
That's the one.
Films like that I really enjoy. Films that make you think, and it's just like, ooh, there's more to this going on. Like, The Sixth Sense is one of those films to me, I think, because it makes you think when you're watching it about different things. It's a good film. I mean,
definitely.
We both watched it with very different... We both went into it very differently because you didn't know the twist.
I didn't.
And I did because I remember reading it ages ago and it was like, oh, it's an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I had no idea what the movie was about at all.
That's very cool.
When the movie started, I saw the wife of Bruce Willis' character. I saw her appear, and I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna die. I thought it was just a slasher horror movie or something, I was like, okay, she's gonna die. And then I saw Bruce Willis appear right next to her, and I was like, oh, okay, no, she's fine. It's fine. It's all good. He's the main character. And then, obviously, the whole story happened, and I was like, what is happening? What is this story? What is this about a kid that sees ghosts? And, 15 minutes before the end, Bruce Willis' character, what's his name again?
Malcolm.
Yeah. Malcolm, I think he set on the staircase after Cole's theater play in school, and I sat there on my chair and I was like, what? No way! There's no way! Is he not real? Is he dead? I said like that. It was like, spoilers again, Spider-Man No Way Home when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire appeared. It was like, whoa! But coming to that realization yourself is really cool.
No, I do wish I could have rewatched it not knowing the twist, because I remember for me, like at the end when he's in the house and he realizes that he's actually dead and he goes to open the cupboard and then like he sees like there's a desk in front of it and that's why it's been locked this whole time. I was like, oh, that's good, because he's not seeing what he should be seeing. He's seeing the world as though he's still alive. But yeah it's good because, like, I mean, knowing the twist, like I wrote down in some notes, like when he, like after he died and he goes near his wife or he goes near the kid, they always pull up a blanket next to them because they're cold, and obviously, you know, he's a ghost, he's making it cold in the area, and it's like, oh yeah, how could you not see?
Yeah, you have to know to see those things.
Yeah, I didn't, but that's the thing, like if I didn't know, I would never have noticed it, because normally I just don't notice those kind of things. It just kind of happens. And like I just go, oh, twist, and then just goes right over my head. But like, because I knew, I was like, that's smart.
That's really cool. It was also when they went to that funeral. Cole, I feel like Cole and Malcolm were already close enough that a kid like that would hold the other person's hand because they're comfortable enough. And I was just sitting there like, why isn't Cole like holding his hand? This is the kind of situation where that would make sense. And then after I asked that question, I was like, hold up a second. Has anyone ever interacted with Malcolm? And do we ever see him actually do anything, like interact with certain things? And it just made me think, and eventually it all clicked. So yeah, no, that's definitely really cool.
Yeah, it's like, well, one of the first things I thought of is like Malcolm walks into Cole's house somehow, and he sits down and he's with the mothers in the same room, and like there's no conversation at all between them. Like, and the thing that I find weird is Malcolm doesn't like acknowledge the fact she's not spoken. So I wonder if, like, as Cole kind of like ghosts only see what they want to see. Like, to Malcolm, has he had a conversation with her? Has he seen that, or has he just kind of sat there awkwardly going, "Why isn't this woman speaking to me?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just like my wife; she doesn't speak to me either." And it's like, has he not noticed that everyone's ignoring him? Like when he chases off the wife's. The guy who's interested in the wife, and he's like he's like on the car, he's like, hey, and the dude just drives off. He it's weird that he doesn't. That's the thing I didn't love about it. He doesn't second guess any of it, and I understand they kind of explain why, but like he doesn't second guess a single thing that happens to him. So as far as we know, everything's fine to him, despite the fact we never see him eat, we never see him like touch basically anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, everything's fine. We just have to accept that. Is the only thing I don't like, because it's like, I mean, obviously we're not meant to know, but surely he would realize something's weird.
There's a few holes in that, definitely, like opening doors and such. It's just
he just appears. He just walks. He's just he's in buildings. He's just there.
I mean, I get the idea of indeed like go see what they want to see, but it feels like a cover up almost.
Yeah, there's a limit to how far that like reasoning can go, in my opinion, because it gets to a point where it's like, well, has Malcolm eaten? Like, has he eaten anything since he's been doing this? Like, has he acknowledged the fact he's eaten?
Yeah,
he's kind of been living his life.
No, exactly. I also like the whole thing with the anniversary dinner. I really like that because I felt so bad for him. I felt so sad that their relationship was struggling after the shooting. And that whole thing happened, and I felt really sad for them. And after it all clicked, and we see that scene again, now that he realizes what happened, it's a whole different kind of sad. It's like, oh, you didn't know, and that never actually happened. She's just there alone, dining because she misses you.
Yeah, it's like he's full of regrets, the whole thing, and it's just like, I mean, at the end when he finally talks to her for the first time, it's just like, oh, it's so satisfying. I mean, I did think he was going to ask Cole to speak to her for him, like say, like I thought he might. When I was watching, I was like, oh, he's going to realize, and like before he like passes on to like whatever happens, he's going to ask Cole to say like what he never got to say to her or something. That didn't happen, but that was fine because I liked the way they ended things with him like speaking to her for the first time properly. And it's just, oh god, it hurts. Like I'm thinking about it now, and it hurts because it's just so. It's really, really well done.
It's definitely well done. I'd say it's M. Night's best film.
Yeah, from films I've seen, like you mentioned before, like Split, Unbreakable, and Glass, like that whole trilogy, I love because it's just like my type of film. But Sixth Sense to me just wins just because it just nailed everything in my book. I mean, definitely. You mentioned the funeral scene before with the kid. That whole sequence was brilliant.
Yeah,
like, that was all great. Like Cole finding the videotape thing, like when the girl like is under the bed and she gives in the box, that made me jump because she was just like,
it was so unexpected.
Yeah, and then you're watching the video and you go, oh, this is quite nice. Like, you know, she wanted to do a nice thing so people can see her before she died, and then it's just like, no.
Yeah, that transition.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
Oh no. And then you see Cole speaking to her sister at the end, which is really nice as well because it's just like, it kind of feels satisfying for Cole has someone to speak to because an adult probably wouldn't listen to him, but like a kid probably would listen. And he said, "Oh, there's a ghost," and it's like, "Cool, let's hear the whole thing about the ghost." It was really good. Like I'd watch a film of just Cole solving ghost issues and just like helping them out. Like it's just so cool.
Yes, exactly. I was also happy to see that his mother eventually believes him.
Yeah, I was just about to say I love that scene when he says about the grandma and she's like, "This is getting a bit sick now, Cole. This isn't funny." And then he just keeps going, and then eventually she just breaks down as well. And it's just like this is great. This was a really good film.
Definitely. But I heard you say that you like the Unbreakable, Split, and Glass trilogy.
I do. Before we go on, I wrote down one little note.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
when I was watching it, I was writing down stuff, and I wrote down two things, but one of them was really important to me. When we first meet Cole, and he's in his kitchen, and you see his mother for the first time, she walks around the house, and she scrapes her shoes everywhere. She like doesn't lift her feet up, so she's walking like this. Like if you watch the scene, it will cause your ears to bleed. Because I was watching it, and she just scrapes her feet everywhere. And I don't understand why. It's you know that noise when you scrape your feet along the floor, like your shoes, it makes like a scratchy noise.
Right? Yeah.
It's really unimportant, but I wrote it down because it bothered me so much.
What?
If you just watch that one scene of Cole's mum at the first introduction, she walked around and she's scraping her feet across the whole house, and it's just like, why are you doing this?
I think that's the type of shoes.
Whatever it is, that noise goes right through me. I was watching it like...
It's like your chalkboard kind of thing.
Yeah, the noise, it goes right. Oh, I'm listening to it now. It's like someone's scratching. It was right through me. Sorry, that was a big tangent because it just really bothered me. I wrote it down like I need to tell you this.
I love that. That's such a specific thing bothered you enough to write it down.
I had to. It was really annoying. I was listening to it like, why did they say to her walk like this? Or like, why did no one go, you know what? There's a really annoying noise here. Let me just...
Right.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Tangent.
That's funny. Okay, wait, there's one more thing that I needed to say about The Sixth Sense. And that is that about halfway through, I paused the movie. I grabbed my phone and I went to Google and asked, The Sixth Sense, does the dog die? I thought, okay, if the answer is yes, I'm stopping right now.
Really?
That dog was too cute.
That dog was really cute. Like, I like how the idea is like the dog's kind of there for Cole. You can kind of tell, like, no, it's like a friend for Cole to make him feel safe. It's just a cute dog that has like no significance to the plot, but it's just there because it's really cute.
And it's also the idea that dogs can see ghosts, so
yeah,
that the dog reacts to the ghost. But man, it scared me so much. I really had to stop the film to make sure. And the website said, apparently the website works with votes, so it said yes right after does the dog die, and I was like, what? no, I'm gonna stop. And then it said 3, and then it said no 40 something. And I was like, huh? It's just a yes or no question.
Why are people voting on it? It's an established fact. Just watch the film and tell us if it dies.
So no, I was very happy to see that that was not the case.
I know what you mean. Like, I think it's when Cole first meets the girl and she's got like all vomit everywhere. Like, that was when I was like, is this dog gonna die? Because it kind of feels like the dog's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm so happy that the answer was no.
The scene of Cole in the school as well, I just remembered when he's like telling the teacher, like, he's like chanting something at the teacher, like liar or something. I can't remember what he's saying. He's like Cole's, because the teacher said, oh no, Cole, this school was never an execution. And he's going like, liar, lie. And then the teacher, like, I can't tell if something's happening or the teacher's just getting flustered. I can't tell if a ghost was like affecting the teacher by making him like, because he was doing like
the stuttering.
He was like stuttering and struggling to get his words out. So I can't tell if there was like a ghost thing there or he was just getting flustered at Cole. I couldn't tell, but
I think it was that he was flustered and he got insecure by all the things that Cole said to him that was from his past that only a ghost would know, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe there was like a ghost thing that like maybe there was a ghost next to him calling him a liar or something, and he was like saying it in Cole, and the teacher was like, why is he saying these things to me? But no, there was
an intense scene. Yeah.
Everything with Cole in school as well was just. I thought the whole seeing Cole like grow as in his confidence throughout the film was really nice as well.
Yeah. Wasn't sure at first if I liked the idea of that the ghost needed help from him, but in the end, I'm glad how they handled it. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's even a thing you could see as the ghosts don't need help from him; they want help. But like the thing is, Cole realistically doesn't have to help them. He just helps them if he wants to get rid of them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because I'm guessing the guy who kills Malcolm could also see ghosts. I think that's kind of the thing they're trying to say. Like he could see ghosts too, but no one wanted to help him, and he just never knew what to do. So I'm guessing there probably is another way to shut out the ghosts, but probably as we saw, it doesn't help. So actually being able to confront them and like say to them like, "What do you need from me?" is a good way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great film. All right,
great film. 10 out of 10.
Let's talk about the Glass trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, I love the films. I'm really Split is my favorite film.
Yeah, definitely.
So I remember when I first watched it, I was like, I'm not gonna like this because it seems horror, but like it's just so good. Like James McAvoy is amazing in it.
Really though, for sure.
Anna Taylor-Joy, right?
Yeah,
she in it? Yeah,
that was the first film I saw of hers. Yeah,
I think same. I think so too. Like the whole film was just great. How they did things and like how it all just worked and like how he got all his different personality traits from being in the zoo and stuff. Like, well, the beast is formed from the zoo.
Yeah.
So it's such a good film. However, I just love everything about it. Like all the moments in that, I just felt like, yes, they've done this really well.
I think that I don't think it would have been nearly as good without James McAvoy or Anna Taylor-Joy.
No, they need James. For me, like James McAvoy carried the whole film.
Yeah,
like he really embodied like the character he was.
And how he could switch between the personalities. Yes. I don't get that. That's brilliant.
Like,
and yeah,
that wasn't me. That was Patricia. It was like that literally was Patricia. Like that was.
You could see the difference. It's insane.
He doesn't just change like the way he speaks. Like for Patricia, he stands up like straight and he really straightens his back and looks. And like, I think there's like one scene where before he was Patricia, he had like his chest on show a bit, and when he turns into Patricia, he like covers his chest like modesty, and you could just tell you can tell what each personality is like really well.
Yeah.
And yeah. I can't remember what the actual guy's name is. Is it Wesley? I want to say. I feel like his name's Wesley or something like. The original, whoever his character is, like when he goes back to him and he says like, "There's a shotgun in the locker. Like I need you to, if I turn back, you need to do this." And it's seeing them all struggle for control, especially the kid as well. Like,
that's really well done, and I liked the way that story went, and it's brilliant. However, I did not really like the fact that it was linked to Unbreakable.
Yeah, like it. it could, like, to me, I see Split as its own thing. Like, it could definitely just be its own thing, its own one-off film. There's no need to link it into everything. But in saying that, I really like the whole thing in Glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can't remember much of Glass, but I just liked. To me, because obviously it's like a superhero film, I guess, right? Superpower film, I guess is a better way to call it. But like, it's like superpowers, but somewhat reasonable in the sense that they have a defined weakness each one, even if the weaknesses don't necessarily make sense. But the whole idea of the powers just being in their head is just wow. I really like that.
No, I thought that was cool too. The thing is that when I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for it because I remember that I have seen Unbreakable. It's just been so long that I don't quite remember how it went, but I just thought, okay, all of them together is really cool. And I forget what her Sarah Paulson, I think, is her name, the woman that is with the three of them, and she tells them, okay, you're not actually superheroes, all that. I thought that was really cool, but I was so disappointed by Glass. They were, in my eyes, they were building up to this really cool, massive fight, almost like you would expect from a superhero movie, and I think that the plan was never to actually have that moment because they aren't actually superheroes. That's the whole point of the story. Excuse me. But just the fact that they were building up to so much and something so big, and then it kind of under-delivered, and you get this suspense going and this hype, and you never get to actually the point of where you feel those feelings. I was so disappointed by that.
Does the Beast and Unbreakable even fight in the film, or do they just have? I think they have like one punch or two punches, and they kind of go, "Oh, you're super strong. You're super strong. Nice."
I think so. I'm not sure. They fight mostly law enforcement, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think now. Do they die?
I think they all die.
Yeah, I know Glass dies because I mean the Beast like crushes him.
Right, and
I think Unbreakable dies in a puddle.
Yeah. It's so stupid. He drowns.
Like, I remember watching CinemaSins after that film came out, and they were like, the puddle is no way deep enough to drown him.
No.
Like, a puddle is thin bit of water.
It's so anticlimactic. Imagine being unbreakable, literally, and then you die from a little puddle
like, he just trips. If he trips over and his face lands in a puddle, is he gonna like die? Like, is that how it?
That's so lame. I love the ending though, that it was revealed to the world. I thought that was really cool. But oh man, those final fight scenes were so disappointing.
I think I need to rewatch Glass at some point just to remind myself of the film, just because I remember coming out of it like not liking it as much as I wanted to, but I still remember going, yeah, that was decent enough. I think maybe just because there was James McAvoy in it, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I also thought that Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass was really good. Mr. Glass in general was really fun, how smart he was and how he anticipated everything, as far as I remember at least. I could be completely wrong.
I mean, it's quite interesting because I think Mr. Glass's like whole thing is like, because his body's weak, his mind is strong. I think that's like his like weakness and strength thing, which I just think is, I really like that for the universe. I don't know what the Beast's weakness and strength is. I guess maybe he's not, because he's personality swapped too much. Maybe that's his weakness.
Yeah, I don't think he's in control too much to be. I think that's his weakness. He's not in control.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it a lot. I mean, in Unbreakable, I always remember like the first thing is like he survives a train crash. He's the only survivor of a train crash, and I think he has like a bruise. And they're all like, oh, "Well, you're lucky to be alive." And he's like, "No, he's not. That's not luck. That's weird. Why is no one questioning how he survived a train crash? Like the train like derails or something." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just lucky, I guess."
Yeah, that's funny.
And the whole thing of like they ring up like where he used to work and like, "Oh no, yeah, he never took a sick day in his life," and it's like, maybe I can't be hurt. And it's just like how he goes from "I've never had a sick day" to "I am invincible." Okay.
Logics.
They just put two and two together and they went, yeah, this sounds about right to me.
It's connecting dots that are not there.
But you also like how they kind of explain. I like how superheroes are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like comic book superheroes are the thing, but then there are actual superheroes too. It's kind of like what the MCU is doing right now, where like superheroes are not just they're protectors, but like people actually like have comics of them and stuff. Like they're introducing comics into the MCU, and stuff, which I just think is cool because it's just like, there's a comic of me. That's me.
Yeah. It's kind of meta in a way.
Yeah, it's meta, and that's what I think I quite like about. I think it's Unbreakable when he first when he meets Mr. Glass and he's like, "You're a superhero. I can tell because you survived the." He's like, "You survived the train crash."
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Am I right in remembering that Glass actually like arranged the train crash to happen?
I feel like I don't remember, unfortunately. Could be.
I think I remember him like saying at the end like he arranged for a load of things like that to happen to see if he could find a superhero, because I think he says I think his logic is, if I miss the glass and I'm made of glass, someone's got to be the opposite of me and be unbreakable.
But then nice. But then why would he pick that train specifically? Isn't that weird? Oh wait, didn't he like follow him, or was it afterwards?
Maybe. I think he maybe followed him after. He definitely. I am like 90% sure I'm right. And he like caused things like that to happen because he believes there's always an opposite of someone. So if he's glass, someone's really like made of steel or whatever. There's always going to be something like that. I think that's his whole like logic. And then Unbreakable dude's just like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that really makes him a villain though.
Yeah.
It fits. It's very weird and selfish.
Yeah, but I quite like. Yeah, I do quite like them. Like the scene where he's lifting weights downstairs and he's just like, and his kid's like, "How high can you go?" And he's like, "Let's find out." It's like finding out you have superpowers. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna like just mess around with them for a bit and see what my limits are. And it's just like he can just lift whatever he wants with no issue. And he's like,
okay, I love those moments in superhero movies are great. Just like, I don't know if you've seen Shazam.
Yeah, I have.
When he's first trying to figure out, okay, what can I even do? I love that moment. That's really funny.
Yeah, doesn't he try to figure out how? He tries to figure out if he can fly, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like if he can jump super high or whatever, all these stupid things. And it's just really funny because he doesn't really know anything about superheroes, I think, and his friend does. Yeah.
And he finds out if he's bulletproof or not, and he gets shot. He's like, I am bulletproof.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what did you think of Shazam? Are you excited for the sequel?
I don't know. I like Shazam as a character. Like, I find him as a really cool hero. Like, did you ever play the Injustice games?
I played Injustice 2 for a little bit. I did not know he was in that.
He's in Injustice 1, I think, not 2. But in Injustice 1, I'd play him all the time just because I thought he was a really cool... to me, lightning powers in games and, like, fiction and stuff is really cool to me. I just think it's fun. Mm-hmm. So I like him as a character. And in the Justice League animated series, he's great. I love Shazam in that too because he can beat Superman, realistically. Like,
oh, wow.
Because magic beats Superman and he's magic.
Fair, yeah.
But I wish they kind of just kept it being just Billy is Shazam rather than all of them.
Yeah, that was the biggest turn off for me too.
I think it is a comic thing where like they all are the Shazam family. But that's just the thing they all do. But I just wanted Billy to be Shazam. But I don't know. I'm very mixed with DC films because I like the ones which are more like funny, like Suicide Squad. Like those work really well to me.
Yeah, the new Suicide Squad is great.
The new one's fantastic. And Shazam tries to go down that kind of funny route, but for me, it just kind of falls really flat and just makes me feel really cringy.
Yeah, no, exactly. The jokes don't always land. It's.
Yeah, I think he flosses at one point. And it's just
probably. A movie that flosses cannot be good.
No, exactly. And I think he does, and it's just like, hey, I floss. Fortnite.
No, that wasn't great. I was excited about watching Shazam. I watched it last year, I think, and afterwards I was just so disappointed. Like, it was fun, but it wasn't great. And now with the sequel that's coming up early next year, there's 2 actors that's gonna be part of that I'm like, okay, you know what, that got me excited again. That's Lucy Liu and Rachel Zegler, something like that.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
She's in I watched her in West Side Story because musical films pretty good, and she was great in that. So I didn't know she was in this. So I'm gonna watch it because I'm interested in it.
Yeah. No, that's for me. I was on the fence about it, and then I heard that both of them were in it, and I thought, yeah, okay, I will be watching it then. Especially since Lucy Liu will be the villain, I think, and that's just gonna be great. She's awesome. So yeah.
Have you seen Black Adam by any chance?
No, not yet. I wanted to, but my sister was not interested, and I don't go to movies by myself.
I wish I did. I just can't. Yeah. One day I will, because I do want to go. Because it's just easy if you can go to a film by yourself, you can just go watch anything in that case.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But yeah, I haven't watched it either, but I've heard mixed things about it. I want to watch it.
People that like it really like it, and people that dislike it are just like, what was this?
Yeah. But you did mention one film before, which I think we should talk a bit more about, was the new Suicide Squad.
Yes.
That film was great.
It was DC's best in a long time.
Yeah, like, it's weird. It's like DC's main universe's best. Like, I think the Batman's DC, right? I know Batman is, but the Batman with Robert Pattinson, is that a DC film, or is that just someone else who kind of did it
I'm not
himself?
entirely sure. It's all so complicated now.
Like, I feel like the Batman is one of my favorite like DC films as well. Like the Joker is too, but they're not like the DC's like main universe kind of films.
So they're 2 separate things, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like for a main universe, they don't really have one. But I guess what was that? Suicide Squad is one of them, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's brilliant in my eyes. I laughed so hard, especially how the first scene or the first area or whatever you want to call it before the title drops, it's almost like they were like, okay, so we have this other Suicide Squad film, and everyone is dead now. Oops, gone. Okay, nobody remembers. I love that so much.
Is that when they're on the beach and everyone just literally dies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I like the scene when they're fighting the starfish at the end, and it just happens like, it's your mom, and he just goes, and Polka Dot just goes mad on it. It's just like, this is great. This is really good.
And I think that's why making James Gunn one of the CEOs in charge, just like Kevin Feige is for Marvel, I think that was a really good decision.
Is he a CEO of DC now?
I think now. I mean, like, of the universe. I'm not entirely sure what his title is, but I thought I saw the word CEO pop up. But yeah, he's in charge together with someone else for the whole the DC universe, that everything can be connected, and that there is a reason to watch DC movies, basically.
Yeah, like, I feel like when DC get their Kevin Feige? When they have their version and they can do a DC universe, I people are going to be like, oh, DC and MCU, like MCU's track. Well, MCU works. Like, the universe they have where everything is connected works really well.
Yeah.
DC should just be like, yeah, we're just going to copy the MCU, basically. That just do the same. That's fine. I don't care. I want to see everyone connected. I want to see the dude from Eternals who's going to play the Joker and Batman.
Man, I forgot his name.
I don't know his name, but I want to see him as the Joker. I want to see. Yeah. I want to see them all connected. Like, that's what I want. And I like DC films that are dark and gritty, because the Batman does that and Joker does it, and I think it does it really well. Mm-hmm. But I also think DC has the power to do funny films really well,
like the Suicide Squad. It's great. Yeah, no, I think that especially now that James Gunn is in charge of that, DC has a chance of succeeding.
I think they do too. I mean, I think Marvel's films recently and TV shows have kind of been
Yeah,
average.
agreed.
Like She-Hulk, did you watch?
Yeah,
I thought it was dumb. Most of it was dumb. I thought some of it was cool, but I thought most of it was dumb.
I liked it, but it was also like, why is there no point to this?
Yeah, none of it. Like, it's a fun watch. It's a very
Yes.
fun watch, but like at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, there's not really much point to anything that's going on.
No, it didn't really make sense. But I feel like that was also kind of the point for that character and that show, and it almost feels like they had this open slot in the year, and they were like, okay, we gotta put something out, and let's make a stupid show for She-Hulk, so she's introduced to the universe, and it almost feels like a waste because she was really good. The actress, I forget her name.
I know. I don't know her name, but yeah, she's great. She did it well.
So
But-
it's so sad that, I mean, I can't wait till she's part of the bigger movies and such. But
I do.
Yeah.
I do hope they bring Hulk back to just he's a comedian, because I just hate funny Hulk. It really just pains me because it's like, it's just annoying to watch.
He's got so much potential to just be a cool Hulk again.
Yeah. I mean, I like Daredevil in it. Seeing Daredevil was great. I
Daredevil
love
was fun.
Charlie Cox is brilliant.
Yeah, no, he was awesome. The jokes with Daredevil were great too, and his fighting was awesome. Yeah,
Like when they're attacking that hideout together, and then he says like, "I can hear your heartbeat," and that scene was great because it's funny. Like Charlie Cox plays Daredevil fantastically.
Yeah.
Like he's one of my favorite actors in the MCU right now.
yeah.
So I can't. There's like a few people who I can't picture anyone else to play, and Daredevil for me right now is Charlie Cox. Like they're just one and the same. Like Spider-Man, I can see Andrew Garfield playing him. I can see Toby playing him. I can see Tom playing him. But like Daredevil, I mean, yeah, okay. There's been over like one other Daredevil like in.
Wasn't that Ben Affleck?
It was Ben Affleck, yeah. It's alright.
Oh my
I remember watching it when I was quite young, and I was like, "This is okay." But Charlie Cox is
Exactly.
Daredevil.
Yeah. No, I had that too with the old Elektra movie. I was like, as a child, I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," and then I grew up and realized, this is bad.
Yeah, this was bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, great stuff. I loved the whole She-Hulk Daredevil stuff. It was cute.
It wasn't like. Sorry, let me just wait for that to go away.
Just tell them we're recording a podcast.
Yeah, I know, it's so rude. Yeah, them as a relationship, I hope we see more of, just because I think it's a fun relationship. It's funny. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. But what did you think of the ending with Hulk's son? Did you die a little inside?
Yeah, I was like, why?
And I'm really against judging people based on their looks, but holy crap. I did not like that design whatsoever.
I wonder if they're doing like, I know Sonic, you know, like how Sonic released the initial thing, people like, this looks awful, and they redid it, and it got a load of attention because they redid it. I wonder if Marvel are kind of doing, here's a fake version of Hulk's son, so you all pay attention to him, and then we're going to release the different version and he'll look really cool. Or no, this is the version of the Hulk's son we're going to be stuck with.
It could be that that's what they were going for, the attention, because they were very aware of the attention they would get from Twitter. How they implemented that into the show was smart. It was brilliant. But that, on the other hand, it did not get a lot of attention, like for a few days, sure, and maybe in like a month or two, if Twitter still exists, maybe we'll get it again, that someone posts about it. Oh, see what they did, like how they deal with Thor: Love and Thunder. They're so mean about that movie on Twitter, and it's so annoying. But yeah, I could see that.
The scene I'm thinking of in Love and Thunder with like the kid's head when it's floating, that was painful to see. I was like watching it like, what? I mean, my friend and I just laughed like out loud in the cinema because it was just like, what? Why is his head just
Yeah, no, it
there?
wasn't great. But on the other hand, I feel like it was a little like how Twitter reacted to it was definitely too much.
Well, the lesson here is Twitter is a bad place to be.
If you love movies, don't be on Twitter.
Yeah, if you love anything, probably don't be on Twitter.
Yeah, I just whenever I see someone complain about something in the MCU or maybe Stranger Things or whatever, I look at what it is and then I decide, yeah, I'm gonna scroll on because I do not want my opinion to be ruined by toxic people.
That's what I mean. Like, and I feel like Twitter is full of the people who want to make anything you enjoy. No, you're
Stop
wrong.
enjoying things.
Yeah,
It's not allowed.
talking about the end of Twitter because why not? Are you looking at any other platforms to join?
I saw this platform that you shared today.
Co-host?
Co-host. It's bad because I already forgot about it, but
Yeah.
it's. I'm not really actively looking because I have this hope that it all blows over, and
I'm intrigued now. I don't know if it's going to.
it's just that I feel really weird about leaving Twitter because I've been on Twitter for 12 years, 13
Yeah.
years. So like it's
Twitter for a lot of game devs is a lifeline. It's where you can get noticed. It's where you can meet people, and it's interesting. The world. This isn't me exaggerating. I genuinely think the world would be very different if Twitter just we're no more, we're gone. Like that's a lot of people who won't be able to talk to people they do,
yeah.
and it's really interesting. Like I was actually talking about this the other day with some people, like how I can't delete Twitter just yet because I use it for marketing, game dev. I use it for that and to see what other people are up to. So without it, I'd kind of be like, well, yeah, okay, that's gone.
Exactly. And I think it'll be sad when that's gone. And I hate that Elon Musk decided to break something that wasn't actually broken. Like he didn't need to try to fix something, and now he's just actively ruining it.
It's just like, hey everyone, watch this. Gone.
Yeah. And it's just so sad.
Hmm.
I hope it's gonna be fine.
I think it will be. Like Twitter's not going to go anywhere.
Probably no.
Touch wood on that one.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. One more thing. I have seen of M Night that I would want to share that I think you should check out. Obviously, what people don't know is when we first talked about doing this episode, we both set out to watch 2 movies that we hadn't seen yet.
Yes.
For me, that was Old and Sixth Sense, and for you, that was The Visit and Sixth Sense. Well, you didn't get to watch The Visit, but I would love to still talk about it if that's okay.
No. Yeah, we can't.
Because I actually kind of like that movie.
Okay, I feel like when you say you like it, I feel like there's a higher chance that I might like it.
Maybe it's done in a weird way. It's made from the perspective of a boy who's obsessed with filming everything.
Okay, I mean, I just read the description quickly, and it sounds like it's just going to be pure horror, and I'm like, no.
Ah, right, you do not like horror.
I've seen bits of this film. Like, there's a grandma under the house or something.
Sorry, the grandma under the house?
Like, she's like in a crawl space under the house. Like,
yeah, there's scenes like that are weird, and I do not like those because they were made to scare you, and not because they make sense in the story. But there are some really good scary moments.
I think I know the twist to this film because I think I remember hearing it. So I'm going to say it now for quick spoiler warning for the visit. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I don't know it. I think I do.
I can respond to it whether it is true or not, right?
You can if you want.
Okay. Because otherwise my face will give it away anyway.
That's what I mean. Is the twist that they're not really at their grandparents' house?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay. I there's a film I know, and it's like, yeah, those aren't your grandparents. And it's like, where are we? And I can't remember if it's this film or another film.
Okay, so that is true,
Okay.
but they are at their grandparents' house. They're just not their grandparents.
Ah, yes. Okay. I knew something like that was the twist because I recognized it. I'm just like,
And oh man, that twist was sick. I love that. I was this whole time, and there's obviously like, okay, there's something off, but when
from the
that
pictures I'm seeing, yeah, something seems off, and I don't think it's the fact they're not the grandparent.
oh man, and that is really good in that sense. There's some moments that are very much made for like, oh look, it's a horror movie, but no, there's some really good scares in there, and I think the idea of them filming everything themselves has some really good parts too. That like, okay, well, we can't, we're too afraid to actually check ourselves, so let's just film all night.
Yeah, I know what you. Yeah, I'm gonna add it to my list because I think I do want to watch it just to experience it. I'm not. I already can tell I'm probably gonna just be like this the whole time because I just horror and me does
not at all.
I can watch horror, but like I'm really jumpy. Like I get jump scares so quickly. Like it can be a loud noise that I'm not expecting, and I'll jump because I'm just not ready.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, I was playing Bioshock 1 a few months ago.
Ooh.
And I jumped a lot in that game, like literally the tutorial area, because there's like a dude who climbs into a wall. You see his shadow. You go to expect it, and he climbs into a crawl space, and he just disappears. You go back, and he jumps, and I screamed. I wasn't ready. So jump scares get me very quickly.
No, that's understandable. Bioshock is a great game though, and it has a lot of those moments where you're just trying to focus on looting, and suddenly you hear this person that's calling out to you, and you're like, what? Where?
Yeah, that's happened too many times when I was playing. I was like, no. I was like, I'm just like walking around, and all of a sudden he's like, I see you. And it's like,
yes, please.
Where
stop.
are you?
I love when you then just shock and hit them with your wrench. It's like, okay, that's great combo. Let's never get rid of that one.
And then you see some water on the floor, and you're like, well, I know what I need to.
Yeah, no, Bioshock is great. I never got to finish it.
Same.
I think there is a PlayStation in the other room that has a save that's like near. It's like I've just had the plot twist on that save. And then I stopped, and it's so sad.
You had the plot twist, and you said, "No, this is done now."
Oh no, I remember loving it. It just never continued, unfortunately. But I have played Bioshock Infinite multiple times, and I really loved that game. Even though the gameplay is a little bland, I think that the story is brilliant.
I've heard some very good things about Infinite. I wanted to, because they were all free on Epic not too long ago, so I downloaded them all and I'm like ready to play. I've just got such a big backlog. I'm like, maybe one day.
You.
I'm gonna finish Elden Ring and then.
Oh, Elden Ring! I gave up on Elden Ring. I was fighting. Which one is first? You have Margit and Margot. I don't remember. There's one that you get afterwards. The second one you get, I fought against that one and I got stuck.
Is it Godric?
No, I mean of those two, of Margit and Margot.
Oh, right,
the second of those. After you've beat, I think, Godfrey, the yellow/golden ghost boss. I beat him. I beat him, and after that, I got stuck. The next boss I got stuck.
That's quite a good chunk into the game.
I've played like 50 hours. Yeah, I normally don't play games that long, so and I love that game. Elden Ring is to me game of the year.
Yeah. No, I can. It's my first proper From Software game, and it's so good. Like I just killed the fire giant the other day.
Oh, I haven't even seen the fire giant. I don't think.
That's not spoilers because I didn't say where, but there's a fire.
Oh, I don't really care. I've seen lots of gameplay, so it's
yeah. I mean, I'm near the end, is all I know, and I'm just. It's pretty good. Like I took a big break from it, so I thought it'd be one of those games that I've taken a break from it, getting back into the swing of it. It's just going to be hard, but literally, I played and I killed like a mini boss. Not too.
That's always great. I love those feelings. I gotta get back to it again sometime.
I would recommend I have like Mondays off this month just because I had holiday days, and like my Monday plan is to just play Elden Ring most of the day and just see how far I can get each week. And
that's nice.
Yeah, I'm near the end, I think.
Cool. Yeah, I'm playing God of War 2018 for the first time.
Nice. Is that in preparation for Ragnarok, or you just want to play?
Well, it got out on PC, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta give it another shot because I have it on PlayStation 4, but I never got really far. And I was like, okay, with Ragnarok coming up, I gotta play this, and I'm loving it. I'm really slow. I only play like an hour or max 2, and that's really max on some days, and I'm only like 8 hours in, I think. And it's been weeks, but I really want to play Ragnarok, but I don't have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. I mean, because like they've released a few of their first party games on PC, and then I've got a good PC. I really want to get Spider-Man because I played it on a PS4, and I just
same.
It's such a good game, and I'm like, I want to play it again.
I loved it on the PlayStation 4, and I got it on PC too. And I've played like 10 hours of it. I'm pretty far into the story, and I'm loving it. And I did it in preparation for Miles Morales, which is coming out soon on PC.
Oh yeah.
So I really want to play that. So I was like, I gotta play through the story again. So yeah.
No, I definitely want to pick it up at some point.
It's good game, definitely. What else are you playing? Are you only playing Elden Ring right now?
Well, I'm gonna be playing Pokemon today.
Oh, right, of course.
I've got my cute little boys over here.
Oh, they're really cute. I love that.
This is like the first. I've gone into this game very blind. Like I've only seen basically what's been in trailers, and that's about it. Because like I like all the starter evolutions at this point, and I've never had that for a while. So I'm like, well.
That's a good start.
I've had some bad things about the evolutions, but like I don't care. I've not seen them. I'm gonna pick the one I like the most and go forward.
Awesome. Well, I'm curious to hear what you think of it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like.
I've heard some opinions on it, but
I've heard opinions and I've seen opinions.
Yeah, I'm not really into Pokemon, unfortunately, because I don't have a Switch. Otherwise, I would probably play it as well. I got Pokemon Moon. That's the only Pokemon that I've played. And
recently or ever? Wow.
Yeah, because I never had, like, I had the Game Boy and the SNES, but after that I got the 3DS, and that's the only Nintendo thing I still have. I mean, obviously we have like a Nintendo Wii, but I don't think they have Pokemon for that.
There's no like mainstream. You can get most of the mainstream Pokemon games on 3DS.
It's just like a Switch seems much more exciting.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
But I liked Moon. Pokemon Moon was fun. Cool. Yeah, for a first game, it was pretty fun.
You joined a good one because the gimmick in that one, the Z moves you can use, are pretty cool. Like the big, powerful moves, they're a good gimmick.
Yeah.
They don't always have the best gimmicks, but that was a good one.
I'm really excited though for Pokemon to have crazy good visuals, because I know that the graphics are kind of lacking still.
This is like the first game the Pokemons have actually looked textured. And that's really cool. They look decent, but the Switch can't handle it, apparently.
That's why then. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate.
The Switch is holding back the game a lot. People are blaming like the devs, and it's like it's not really that. It's just the Switch itself is just not very good.
No, they gotta upgrade this. They probably will for Breath of the Wild 2, right?
Hopefully there's a Switch 2 on the way that's actually powerful. Otherwise people will just stream stuff on the Steam Deck and just do that.
That's what I would do. I'm a little scared to not play to play something that's not from Steam on my Steam Deck, because I'm like, it's a Steam Deck, I don't want to mess with it.
Have you got a Steam Deck?
Yeah. I love it. I play only during the weekends when I'm just like, okay, in bed before I want to sleep. I just play some games, Usually mini motorways or an F1 game or something if it doesn't break.
Very cool. I like that. I've heard a few people have a Steam Deck that I'm like, people I'm around, I'm like, I really want one now. They look cool.
They're pretty cool, and I love that you can easily rebind keys. You can play almost anything. I could play Factorio on my Steam Deck, and I had to use almost every button, but it's so good. I could even play my own game. I had to rebind some things. I mean, for dance assembly, then let me just explain this. The dancing game where you can make anything you want. It's really fun. But on Steam Deck, I played it as well sometimes to just get a feel of how things were. And at the start, it would crash, but I was always like, "Wait, why is that? What did I do?" But I was pretty sure it's the Steam Deck that just needed software updates. But no, you can make a lot of things still using the Steam Deck. It's a little harder because there are shortcuts on PC that work really well. But the Steam Deck, thankfully, I have all the buttons on the UI as well that you can press. It's just a little more difficult, but it still works. You'll be a little slower, but you can still make anything. I made my first Among Us character. We call that a win.
Best collab ever.
Yeah, I'm sad that they didn't see the tweet, but I didn't really expect them to. That would have been awesome, though.
If they did, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Good way for Twitter to go out.
Yeah, exactly. I still want to do it with Fall Guys too. I got a friend made a character for me, and now I gotta find the right time to make some of the stuff from the levels to show off.
That would be very cool to show.
Yeah.
A little Fall Guy beam.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta really spend some time on making TikToks. I don't really like making TikToks, but this game is the kind of game that would probably do well on TikTok.
Yeah, I have a feeling it would. Like, TikTok is good for those kind of games. You can just show off funny moments very quickly.
Yeah, so I gotta spend some time on doing that. But yeah. All right. Do you want to share anything else you're up to, or are we calling it a day?
I'm currently making an online wizard co-op game where you play with friends, you clear out dungeons and such in an overcut gang beast style. It's going fine because I'm adding multiplayer to it and it's pretty difficult, but you can see progress on that on my YouTube channel, which you should do because I don't have anything to plug properly other than the YouTube channel, which is good enough.
Right, yeah, no, of course. Yeah. From what I've seen in your Discord too, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I haven't had a good feeling about like a game I've made for ever, probably, and this is like the first time I felt like this is a game I want to see released. So I'm feeling good about it. I just need to, once the multiplayer is like working and in, it'll be touch wood smooth sailing from there, because the multiplayer is the big thing and everything else is just adding, like there's core gameplays in there. I need to just polish and add more.
Yeah, just content then at that
exactly
point. And it's really nice to be at that point where you can just focus on adding content because the basic scope is already in the game.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty simple game at the end of the day. The only thing that's not simple is multiplayer.
True, fair, yeah. But the whole party aspect of it is really fun, and I like that. And I don't quite remember, but I thought I remembered that you can actually accidentally hit each other too. Yeah,
that's one of the main things I wanted for is you can annoy each other and have it be a chaotic experience, which it is. When I played with my friends, like one of the first, there's a spell in it where you can push people away or pull them towards you, and that was one of the first things we did. We just pushed each other away and to see what would happen. And
that's so fun. I love that.
Seeing that work across the network was really cool as well. I was like, this probably won't work, but it worked straight away, and I was just like, yes, this is... It's coming. It's all coming together.
I love that. Yeah, that will be very fun to annoy each other with that.
That's what I'm hoping. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. All right.
Cool.
Okay, then I think we call it a day here.
Yeah, I think we should.
I would love to hear from other people what they think of M. Night Shyamalan's movies.
Yeah, what's your favorite M. Night Shyamalan film?
And if you have any, maybe you hate them all. Maybe you're excited for the new one. The knock on cabin in the woods, something like that.
We can't end it without knowing new M. Night.
It looked weird, and I'm...
Knock at the cabin.
Oh, I was close.
You were very close.
It's the trailer started off really cool, and then I was like, I don't know. But it's based on a book, so I've got hope.
Yeah, I need to watch the trailer for that. It's got some good actors in it, so maybe it'll be all right.
And do you want to reveal what the next episode will be?
Yes. So, if I remember correctly, the next episode will be a Christmas special.
Woo!
Christmas. Yeah.
I'm
will-
curious about that too. Yeah, that should be very fun.
I'm looking forward to talking about Christmas films and just Christmas in general.
I've been feeling weirdly excited for Christmas. I usually don't really care, but nowadays because it's so dark so soon and just cold, I'm like, yeah, give me Christmas, give me those good warm vibes.
I'm a big Christmas fan. I love Christmas. Whenever it's the Christmas time, I'm just like,
Yeah.
can't wait to have my Christmas music on.
Oh man, for real though, I've been looking forward to it. I'm almost listened to Christmas music this last week, but I could resist it.
It's too early. I will wait till December. As soon as it hits December, I'll be going like, play Christmas music.
It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas. Let's go.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening or for watching. I think it's watching now because we had some Spotify issues.
Oh yeah.
That was a little awkward, but I appreciate everyone watching, and please like, subscribe, check out our YouTube channels.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this one. I guess we'll see you all in the Christmas special.
Woo! Christmas special! All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.